All right, we are live, Lions fans. Our Lions just had a big victory over the Carolina Panthers, 42-24. Let's talk about it. All right, son. Our boys did it. They are now 4-1 with the win today at home over the Carolina Panthers. Before we talk about the offense and the defense, particularly, what were your overall takeaways from the game?
Oh, well, it was another dominant Lions win. Honestly, my overall takeaway was, yeah, everyone says it all the time, but it's very, very clear. Yeah, and I know we might as well just stop saying it, but it's clearly not the same old Lions. I mean, they honestly they really put it on the Panthers. We were nervous. I mean, we were never nervous, but there was a while where it seemed like maybe that they were going to be too conservative or that they weren't doing enough to because we didn't want them to give the Panthers any life. But no, they pretty much snuffed the life out of that team. So no, the Lions have been killing it, and I don't know when the Panthers are going to recover. So
You're right. I'm going to have to say that this was a team that we absolutely needed to beat. It's a young team. It's a team that has a lot of inexperience, and it was very important that we went out there and treated them as such, in my opinion. Let's talk about. Let's see, son. Let's start with the Lions offense that put up 42 points. What was your thoughts on the Lions offense? Let's start with quarterback Jared Goff.
yeah, let's call him Lamar Jackson or Lamar Goff. I meant, but yeah, Jared Goff. Once again, I'm gonna keep calling him a game manager. You know, but he did his thing though. I mean, 20 for 28, 236, 3 touchdowns and no picks. So he's back on his business of not throwing any more picks. He's starting to look very sharp. Um, Honestly, I would have to argue that he's probably playing some of his best football since when the Rams won the Super Bowl. I don't think many people could really debate that. You honestly, I can't really ask for much more out of Jared Goff. I mean, he had a real sharp game. I'm pretty sure 20 for 28. That's at least above 75% completion percentage. I'm pretty sure. So no, Jared Goff. I got no complaints for him. He's been killing the game.
Jared Goff is looking good, and we have to remember that he had these. Let me pull these stats up again. 20 for 28 for 236 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and this was without his number one overall receiver. This was with a Jameson Williams just coming back in on a snap count, and this is basically with his third, fourth, and fifth receivers, and of course, tight end Sam Laporta. We also have to mention that Jameer Gibbs did not play in this game. Okay, let's move on, son, to the running backs. We put up 158 yards and 3 touchdowns total. What did you think about the backfield?
Oh, I thought the backfield did great. David Montgomery, that dude. What was his longest run? I think it was 42 yards, right? Like, I'm just honestly, I'm not surprised that he's doing so well because, like I've said before, he's the type of running back that fits in really well with the Lions offense. I'm also really happy with Craig Reynolds. You can see he went 7 for 52 yards. And at this point, I'm not hating on Gibbs or nothing. The Lions have been winning so many games, but and it's not even a criticism. I'm just saying I don't even think we really need him. I mean, shoot. I mean, look what they just did today. He went 19 for 109 yards, and Craig Reynolds went 7 for 52. I don't know how many more rushing yards or how many more touchdowns we really want our running backs to score. So I mean, we had 3 rushing touchdowns today. I mean, I guess you could say we had 2 if you don't count the 1 yard or the half-yard dive that Jared Goff did. And I don't remember seeing Teddy Bridgewater get out there. I uh must have been distracted. Yeah, I don't remember seeing Teddy Bridgewater. But yeah, I thought the running back did a spectacular job, and I'm really happy with how the line has looked too.
Agreed. Props to the offensive line. The offensive line was getting mad push up front, which is the reason why David Montgomery has done as good as he's done these last few games. This is another game where he went over 100 yards, and what I love is the 5.7 yard average. Now we know that the 42-yard run, which was his touchdown, added to that. But when you run like that, you're going to control the game. Craig Reynolds comes in. He runs the ball 7 times with a 7.4 average. And just Teddy Bridgewater, the reason why we probably didn't see Teddy Bridgewater is because, by the way, Lions fans, we were both at the game today. It's probably because we were trying to move close to the tunnel when the Lions were getting ready to take a knee, and we were paying no attention that Teddy Bridgewater got in and they had him take the knee. So okay. Now Jared Goff spread the ball around quite a bit, son. Give me your thoughts on the wide receivers' performance.
Oh, it was a pretty solid performance from the wide receivers. Um, it's whatever. Josh Reynolds had a drop, but you could argue that honestly, that was actually a hard catch. I mean, he did almost have to catch the ball immediately uh, when Jared Goff hit him on that curl. But I don't know. He's in the NFL. I was surprised, surprised. You can see Montgomery had 20 yards, not 16 and a half. So, he even showed that he can be a pretty decent receiving back as well. He averaged about 10 yards a catch. The old man, Marvin Jones, somehow he pulled 22 yards off those. What do you have? 2 catches? Yeah. So, all the receivers did decent. Jared Goff really, he threw it to how many different targets? My screen's glitching. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 targets, 8 or 9 targets. So honestly, I'm really happy with the receivers. It's just showing that Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, and the receivers are starting to really all be on the same page. So yeah, I'm really happy with the receivers. And I wanted more out of JMO, but that was just really the fan in me. We have to realize that they got to work him in, and that Dan Campbell already mentioned that's all he was expecting out of JMO, anyways.
I would say that Coach Dan Campbell has proved to us that he knows what he's doing. I would agree with you that we did want to see more JMO, and that's the fan of us. We were getting excited every time that he was on the field because we all wanted to see that explosive play. We didn't get it, but it's okay. He's going to slowly get into form. We're probably going to see a little bit more of him next week against Tampa Bay. And then we're probably going to see him really show out against, well, I should say, see more against the Ravens. Okay, let's move on to the defense. They gave up 24 points and held the Carolina Panthers running backs to 99 yards rushing, no touchdowns. Bryce Young had to throw the ball a lot, which is why I think they lost the ball. That's why I think they lost the game. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What's your thought on I'm sorry, and then the receivers, Adam Thielen was
Was
all over the
cooking.
place. But what do you think about our defense today?
Well, clearly the coverage was pretty terrible again, because let's be real. I mean, Adam Thielen was out there looking like, I don't know what he was looking like, but I've never seen Adam Thielen cook like that. But somehow he was getting off. Is that Jonathan Mingo? I'm guessing that's Jonathan Mingo. Yeah, that is. No, I mean, run defense wise, we killed it, and we've been killing it for a while. And I guess that, I guess that's really all that matters. That that they won the game by 20 plus points or by double digits. But I mean, no, I'm sorry. We gotta still do better with the receivers, man. We gonna let Adam Thielen go for 107 yards on us, and Jonathan Mingo go. I mean, that's cool. I guess it's fine that he got 50, and DJ Chark. I'm not surprised about that. It's just Adam Thielen's not a burner like that, y'all. So the fact that they're able to scheme him open so many times is crazy to me. But then a part of me has noticed that it's clear that the Lions are giving up yards underneath on purpose. I feel like we've talked about this before. I realize that's their strategy. They're bending, but they don't break. They're like, all right, we'll give up 5 yards, we'll give up 5 yards, we'll give up 7 yards, but we won't give up 25 yards. I noticed that seems to be the kind of defense that they play. And I guess today that worked, but I'll be honest, I don't think that'll work. I don't think they'll work against the Cowboys. I don't think it'll work against like the Ravens or the Chargers or a team like that. So I still think the defense has to get a lot more sharp, especially on the pass coverage side of things. I mean, I know sadly Emmanuel Mosley got injured, but still.
Well, the defense has played spectacular. I'm going to have to get on that. They played much better. We have definitely been shutting down the run, which is the key to controlling teams. And we talked about that last game against the Packers, was it? I want to say we talked about the fact that the Lions they're giving up things underneath. Sometimes it's 4 yards, sometimes it's 7, sometimes it results in a first down. But what it really does is that it keeps the clock running. So if you allow a team to get 5 yards, it keeps the clock running. Now that's 45 seconds off the clock. You allow them to get 7 in the first down, it's 45 seconds off the clock. Now, I don't want that to come back to hurt us, to be honest with you, because that could get what, in my opinion, that gives them life. It makes them think, hey, we can win this game. And you don't want them to think they can win the game. You want to literally snuff them out. I'm looking at our defense right now. I have our statistics on the board. Alex Anzalone had 11 tackles, followed by Will Harris, who had a good game, 9 tackles, and he had that big pass deflection in the end zone. Derek Barnes came in, gave us 6. Kirby Joseph was back. Unfortunately, Cameron Sutton, I'm sorry, not Cameron Sutton. Unfortunately, Emmanuel Mosley hurt his knee again. And then the other things that stood out, an interception by Jerry Jacobs and Aiden Hutchinson, a crazy interception at the line of scrimmage. What was your thoughts on the performance by Jacobs and Hutchinson?
Gee, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, like I was saying about Aiden Hutchinson, I've never doubted the man or anything, but now he's starting to be like, ooh, maybe he is defense player of the year. maybe he is that guy. Because when you start making that superstar plays, when you start catching one-handed picks, you're not supposed to do that. No one's asking a lineman to get picks. Bro, all we want you to do is sack the ball and get the running back. But hey, if you want to be out there and get picks, that's gonna make quarterbacks think twice about really even throwing to your side, maybe, because they're like, man, this dude is Houdini and he might jump out the sky and intercept a pass. So no, Aiden Hutchinson, you're that guy. That's what I got to say to you. If you ever tune into our podcast, you're that guy for sure. And I don't know about Jerry Jacobs. That was a good pick, but I feel like how that is with corners. He got that pick. It was actually a great pick that he got. But a lot of times the weaker corner will get targeted a lot more. So, but I mean, Jerry Jacobs did all right. I don't know. I don't remember Adam Thielen cooking Cam Sutton too much, so I don't know who he was cooking because I was so excited about being at the game. But he was cooking somebody.
Yeah, I think he was picking on Harris and Jacobs a lot. The times I remember, a lot of times, and he also was picking on the safeties. So that's how Adam Thielen. But Adam Thielen was like that in Minnesota. Let's just be honest. Adam Thielen is a classic great slot receiver. And he's showing us that he still has something left in the tank. And that's what he did today. A lot of right underneath routes. He would give you, if you give a guy like Adam Thielen enough cushion, he's going to kill you with those 4 to 7 yard receptions, which is what he did today. I mean, for the Carolina Panthers, I mean, let me go back up here. He did have a touchdown. My fault. I forgot he had a touchdown. I was going to say he did all the work, but other guys got the touchdowns. But I forgot Thielen got a touchdown. But Adam Thielen, to be honest with you, has been doing his thing all season. I mean, he cooked his old team, the Vikings, the other week. To be honest, he cooked them. So I'm not surprised that he did this to the Lions. So let's give our final thoughts on the game. 42-24. What are our final thoughts on the game? And let's just give a quick preview. Next week we're at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do we need to do to pull out another win and move to 5-1?
Well, first thing I want to talk about, the main thing, I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what we need to do with the Bucks. I'm gonna have to do some more research about them. I was kind of surprised that Baker Mayfield and company was even 3-1. So I'm gonna have to see why they're 3-1. I don't know if they have a great passing attack or what. But really, I just want to go back on. Wait, what was the first thing that you asked me before?
Just final thoughts.
Yeah. I just wanted to, because that's what I've been thinking since the beginning of the episode. I mean, guys, we had celebrities at the game. I mean, Calvin Johnson was at the game. Isaiah Thomas, Devin Booker. I just got to say it again. The times have changed. I mean, the Lions are that team, and they're about to be a national. I mean, we're in the National Football League, but I mean, they're about to be a nationally known team. That's what I think. So honestly, that's my main takeaway. I'm just happy that they are so clearly not the same team they have in these past 3 to 4, I don't know, I guess our whole lives, but 3 to 5 years basically. So I'm just really proud of that. And I'm just really proud that this team has shown that they're clearly a top 10 team in the NFL. So
Lions are definitely clearly top 10, and this is what a top 10 team is supposed to do. No disrespect to the Carolina Panthers, no disrespect to the Atlanta Falcons, but you are supposed to beat teams like this when you are a playoff team moving to be great. You're supposed to beat the Green Bay Packers, who have a young quarterback who this is his first year being a starter. You're supposed to beat teams like that. I'm going to jump in real quick. I know you and I will do a preview show for the Tampa Bay game, but one of the reasons I think that Tampa Bay is so good is because of two things. They had a good defense even coming into this season, but Baker Mayfield is actually playing a lot better than we all gave him credit for. You and I were talking about on our way back home from the game today that the Buccaneers were not supposed to be good. The NFC South is supposed to be a trash division. Falcons, Buccaneers, Panthers, Saints. It's supposed to be a trash division. And I think that those teams can beat up on each other enough because somebody has to win the division. So I think that's one of the reasons why Tampa Bay looks good. Now, to be honest, I'm going to do a little more research myself and see who all they have beaten to see why. But I think that it's not only a game that we can win, but I believe that next week is a game that we have to win. We have to win games like this to show we're a legit playoff team. We have to win a game like this because the next week we're going into Baltimore. So we're on the road 2 weeks in a row. But that's my thought on that. You and I we'll talk more about it on our preview show. I don't really have anything else to add. It was a great game. It was a great atmosphere today. What are your do you have any more thoughts?
Oh, I was just gonna add on that. They beat nobody. They beat the Bears and the Saints, and then they got smoked to the Eagles. So really, maybe the Lions should win this game because the Eagles beat them by 14. But we'll see.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Lions fans, we will have our preview show later in the week before the Tampa Bay game. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking Lions football. If you look on the screen, you see our tickers, you see our TikTok page, you see our YouTube page, you see our Twitter page. Go there and follow and give us some comments and let's talk some Lions football. Other than that, and that's all we have. Peace.
Peace.